I want to acknowledge all of our town board, of course, Channing Philbrick, the supervisor, Tony LaFont, our deputy supervisor, Maggie Hessian, Linda Cole, and Ray Santaracco, the council representatives. Here comes Ray now as we're passing in review. And Tony. All right, we got them all in separate cars, split up. But Tony and Ray representing our Penfield Town Board as they pass in review as well. And as we mentioned, the other co-marshal of our parade, the family of Pauline Goodwin. And I recognize a lot of old friends here. We've got some grandchildren. Let me see if I can read all of these off. Julie Lynn Stapleton, Shannon Lynn, Bryn Schrader, Beth Schrader, Tom Parr, Dan Parr, Emily Matzenbacher, Rachel Matzenbacher as well, and Paulie Goodwin's daughters, I believe, are in the parade, Karen Goodwin, Paula Schrader, and Connie Matzenbacher. We want to welcome them all today as we remember the years that Pauline Goodwin spent in our Penfield area, resident here for 47 years, taught kindergarten, 21 years in the Penfield School District, and active, of course, in the Rotary Anns and the Girl Scouts as well. As we honor our co-marshals who have passed before us, Ned Corman and the family, honoring the memory of our other co-marshal, Mrs. Paulie Goodwin. And now we honor the Penfield Volunteer Ambulance, passing in review with the personnel and equipment that services this area 24 hours a day. Penfield Volunteer Ambulance, of course, headquartered on Jackson Road, and always willing and able to serve our community. Always looking for volunteers too, and those that want to help with learning CPR and first aid. The Penfield Volunteer Ambulance, not only serving our community, but helping others to serve as well. And we have some future Penfield Volunteer Ambulance members. They're joining us as well today as they pass in review. Corey, what are you doing? Last time I saw her was bringing in a patient to the Genesee Hospital, so we were out there knowing what all of our personnel are doing. The volunteer ambulance, good to see everybody with us today. Cassie Wall, our town clerk, in the red car passing before you. And Sid Farber, our Penfield Town Justice, with us as well. Good to have you here today. Good to see these nice signs on the door, so with a little help from my binoculars I can spot everyone who's passing in review as we kick off our celebration for the Penfield 4th of July. Cassie Wild, the town clerk, Sid Farber, our Penfield Town Justice. Judge Lomenzo also passing review, the small blue car there, our Penfield Town Justice, Judge Lomenzo. Familiar name in this community for many, many years. And I certainly want to say hello to him and welcome him to our 4th of July celebration today. Judge Lomenzo and his wife Sophia are here. John appointed this past January as one of our town judges and will be running for election this fall. We want to make you aware of that. Rochester Telephone Pioneers. That's the, he's going around in circles there. We never quite straighten him out. But the Rochester Telephone Pioneers Clown Group with us as they are every year. Boy Scout Troop 363, is that you guys? Sponsored by the PTSA at Plankton South Elementary School. The current enrollment about 35 scouts and 8 adult leaders, very active in camping and community leaders. The Boy Scout Troop 363, followed by the Penfield Public Library. Penfield Library, acting out some of those stories and helping us to celebrate the 4th of July as well. And the boy, as always, the bookworm, making his way through the crowd as well. dark cloud there behind the Statue of Liberty, helping us with the celebration as well. See you there today. Every parade needs a little white trash, right? I guess that's what we got there, so we're all set. The Penfield Fire Company and the Penfield Firemen's Band passing in review. Let's give them a warm welcome. Behind the personnel, of course, some of the apparatus that serves the town of Penfield. As we salute the Penfield Fire Company. Chief Scott Finch marching ahead of the fire company members and the fire company Explorer Post number 576 is what you see passing review at this time. And then all of the fire district equipment. Our fire company here was organized in 1841. Has 3 firehouses, 76 members, responded to over 600 activities a year. Our Penfield Fire Company and Band passing in review today. And again, we acknowledge all they do for our community, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Challenge to get up the siren there, and they respond. All of the apparatus from the Penfield Fire Company passing in review. Fairport Company joining us as well, reminding us of the mutual assistance that they provide. Fairport by Little Michigan, lightning strike, and they go run Chardonnay with it. We're checking that out, and we appreciate you coming over to join in our festivities today. That was checked out by Dan the Carpet Man, who's coming across the street right now. The Source 13 photographer, or round of applause for legislator for the 9th District, 22 years in Penfield, also also vice president of the Penfield Little League and a new grandfather. I don't see the grandchild in there though. There you go. Way up in the other, okay. Monroe County Legislator George Wiedemer. Can we have a round of applause and acknowledge his contributions to our Penfield community? Now we got the Daisy Girl Scout Troop number 823, one of two Daisy troops in the Harris Hill Elementary School. All 9 of these enthusiastic kindergartners will move on to the new Brownie Troop in the fall. Daisy Girl Scout 823. The Penfield Dolphins also passing in review. Organized for 10 years in the rec department. Prior to that at the Perkins Swim Club. It qualified for 4 swimmers for the age group nationals and the Junior Olympic Nationals in August. The Penfield Dolphins. And no Penfield parade would be complete without Abraham and Mary Todd Lincoln. And following in that political tradition, Louise Slaughter, our Monroe County, our U.S. representative for Congress. And we take our hats off to Louise. I can't remember many members of Congress who have walked this parade. They could easily ride, but Louise has decided to walk and salute all of our constituents today. Congresswoman Louise Slaughter, welcome to Penfield's parade today. She, of course, representing our 28th district, and was able to obtain military vehicles for this parade and arrange for the flyover that comes a little bit later, so we want to salute them. Beale Street Bandwagon. We want to salute the Beale Street Bandwagon right behind Louise Slaughter, giving us a little music, and then Penfield back to 60. St. Joseph's Church back to 60. Come around, it would be appreciated. Following our scouts, WVOR Variety 100.5. And some of the personalities here as well, helping us to celebrate our Penfield 4th of July parade. WVOR Variety 100.5. Welcome to Penfield's parade today. The Rochester Corvette Club was organized in 1959, one of the oldest and largest clubs in the United States, over 200 members, about 150 Corvettes from 1953 to 1995, including 2 CR1s and special collector and anniversary editions as well. We welcome the representation today in the Penfield Parade of the Rochester Corvette Club. And the town of Penfield Recreation Baton Twirlers. And here we fire up those batons. The Penfield Recreation Baton Twirlers helping us march in the, I was going to say sunshine, but it seemed to dip out of the way just for a moment though. A warm welcome for the Penfield Rec Department. Boy Scouts of America Troop 312 also passing in review today. Dean Peterson of 9 Dale Road East. 9 Dale Road, that was the home of my best friend when I grew up here. Boy Scout Troop number 312, 9 Dale Road East. Where's the Peterson? Peterson's out there? Is that Mr. Peterson there? He's not here today, all right. From 9 Dale Road, good to have you here. Brownie Troop number 60, the Mill Wheel Division, is passing in review as well. And we want to welcome the Brownie Troop who is with us today. Steve and Debbie Myers helping out with this effort. We also want to call your attention as we honor some special people here. Recognition of World War II veterans. The Color Guard from VF Post number 8495, the Tri Legion Color Guard, and World War II veterans, including representatives from Raymond Post 1229, the VFW Post 8495, Penfield VFW Post 820, and that is followed by military vehicles provided by the 204th Field Artillery Brigade from the Culver Road Armory. And as we mentioned before, our thanks to Congresswoman Louise Slaughter, who made possible the military vehicles and hopefully weather permitting the flyover that we may share a little bit later on. but remembering those who have served our country as we recognize the veterans of World War II and the equipment of the military vehicles from our Culver Road Armory. Members, the local club, of course, for international service, a lot of service above self, and very proud of all of the community service projects they have and international projects as well, projects such as Polio Plus, and known most of all, of course, for their annual show. You don't see any of those legs today. I've got a long pants on, but once a year, once a year we get to see a little more of our Penfield Rotarians. We want to salute them for all of their help and support in our community. Senator Mary Ellen Jones is with us as well, riding in the blue car, the convertible. We want to welcome her to our parade today, representing our state government. And thanks for taking part in the 4th of July celebration here. Senator Mary Ellen Jones, ladies and gentlemen. Now we got the Griffin Alley Clowns. They've been founded in 1970 and affiliated with the Clowns of America International. By the way, this is their 25th anniversary. We all want to sing happy anniversary to the Clowns, the Griffin Alley Clowns, named after Ray Griffin, one of the first makers of clown shoes. 20 clowns with many talents, including magicians, jugglers, balloonists, our classic clown cars, bikes. They never quite get the direction straight, though. We need some of the youngsters to point the way for them. They get a little confused and they start going backwards. So some of the boys and girls just point down the street and tell them which way they're supposed to go, because they go every which way. They do a number of events, of course, throughout the year, parades, visiting hospitals, community fundraisers. They have a very simple goal, they say, to cheer up people, make them happy, make them laugh, and make them forget momentarily all the unpleasant things in their lives. Get that carburetor checked. Where's he going? Gotta straighten him out. Gotta straighten him out. Tell him which way to go. There he goes. Go that way. No, the other way. No, watch out. Oh, my goodness, we gotta straighten these guys out. These clowns just go, they want to stop at Ron Collins and have lunch. We gotta move them on. The Griffin. Gotta watch out. A little round of applause. A little round of applause, then they say, that's it. Now they're ready to move. The Griffin Alley Clowns. Thank you so much. Our Penfield School District Board of Education. Passing in review now. Got them all in here. I get my binoculars out. I see everybody here. Mike Marino is here. Karen Capone on there. Jeremy Seligman. Pixley on there. I saw on the other side. Our Penfield School Board. Welcome and thank you for taking part in our parade. Nick Gage, here's you're hiding in the back there. Penfield Seniors. Board Rothfuss is behind that tractor. Good to see you here today. Don Carl, who else we got? Betty Kyle, the president. Good to have you here. Penfield Seniors, passing in review with our wagon and tractor. Cub Scouts. Scout Pack 230. Chartered through the First Baptist Church of Penfield, celebrating their 30th year as a pack and winner of the 1994 Quality Unit Award. Let's have a warm welcome for Cub Scout Pack 230. Thank you. The Sea Dragon Swim Club is passing review as well. Almost looks like they have a little pool there for us to jump into. We may need that because it's really muggier. We've got some sunshine coming out though, and the Sea Dragon Swim Club, we want to salute them and thank them for taking part in our parade today. Sea Dragons turning head over heels here to help us out. And the Gymnastics Training Center is in our parade as well today. Gymnastics Training Center, very, very busy when you drive by there. A lot of the activities going on, and we want to welcome the Gymnastics Training Center for taking part today. Hey, we got our flyover after all. There's the helicopter in the sky. Let's give a big salute. Right on time today. Our military flyover helping our Penfield parade. The Penfield Business Association, established in 1992, boasts a membership of 150 and is growing, dedicated to serving business in our community. And the Penfield Business Association teaming up with the tumblers from the gymnastics training. That's who we had up in front. We got that all together now. Take us into the sort out. Towpath Volunteers, Fife and Drum Corps. They were formed in 1978, a family-oriented volunteer group teaching colonial music to keep the ancient spirit of our country alive. The Towpath Volunteers, Fife and Drum Corps. Cars passing review as well. Cars. We got a 1909 Maxwell Runabout with Howard and Maud Frank. A 1925 Chevy Roadster. Robert Wing is driving that one, and Robert Wing Jr. and Jeffrey Dixon in there. 1930 Chevy Roadster with Harry Wingate, a World War II veteran. I want to salute 95 The Nerve, one of our modern rock radio stations as well. The 1909 Ford you saw that went by was Don Scott. The 1929 Model A Ford factory-built replica Roadster was Ray Hens, another World War II veteran. Now we want to salute our Penfield Cable Channel 12. As I recall from looking recently, you're expanding now. You're going to be on more. It's going to be all Penfield from now on. So I've been watching that, and of course it's a great source for our town board meetings and a lot of activities. They're doing a super job, including covering our parade today. Cable Channel 12. Judge Fisher, Supreme Court Justice-elect. justice last week by Governor Pataki. A couple of weeks ago now, I think it's been. And prior to his appointment, of course, serving over 7 years as U.S. Magistrate Judge in federal court. Lives in Webster with his wife Susan and 3 children, I suspect, with him, Emily, William, and Mary. And we want to thank Kenneth Fisher for taking part today. WCMF 96.5 and Warm 101.3. Best wishes to Brother Weeze and Dee and all the people over at Warm 101 and WCMF as well. Good to have you on our parade this year and helping us to celebrate the 4th of July. When the helicopter comes back, it'll be too loud, but Lieutenant Colonel Slagan is behind the joystick up there. We want to thank them for helping us with our flyover today. Davy Crockett and his wife. We had Abe Lincoln, and now we've got Davy Crockett and his wife as well. We want to thank them for taking part in our parade today. The youngsters can sing along if they want. I won't get involved in that. Friends of Dayton's Corner School will be passing now, and they want to remind us of the coming event, a reunion of former students of Dayton Corner School, which will be on July 15th. And we'll be at the school and for alumni and interested community residents. The Friends of Dayton's Corners School. Good to have them here. Monroe County Executive Jack Doyle, he says he's going to walk it too. No jumping in the back seat there. He's out for a little exercise today on the 4th of July in Penfield. And of course running again this fall after being appointed to succeed Bob King. But our Monroe County Executive Jack Doyle, good to have him here helping out with our Penfield parade. Margaret DeFrancesco, our Monroe County Clerk. Where'd she go? She's walking too. See, I'm looking in the car. Everybody's walking today. Margaret, good to see you. Welcome to Penfield. Now I'm going to get Howard Rutland in trouble because he's riding today. But we want to thank him for being here today. Monroe County's District Attorney, Howard Rutland, so active in our community, of course, and not only for all of the activities, but we've been recently partnered up with the Crime Stoppers effort and his efforts to combat drugs and violence in our community. Very, very active, and an active weekend, too. We want to put in a plug for the activities tomorrow at Silver Stadium as we kick off the campaign against violence. Howard, good to have you here today. And his wife Betsy behind the wheel there. No time to count votes today. You just have to stay right on the road here. We'll have to, but our Monroe County Elections Commissioner, Betsy Relland, is here as well. So we want to say hi to her. Thank you both for taking part in our Penfield parade. Monroe County Humane Society and a Lollipop Farm, over 120 years old, dedicated to the prevention of cruelty to animals and the encouragement of responsible pet ownership. Volunteers are always needed out of the Humane Society, and we want to thank them for helping out in our parade today. Good to see everybody again. We were with them at their annual meeting. Now we got some more of our antique cars. Howard and Maud Frank, good to see you here. That's the 1909 Maxwell Runabout. And Howard and Maud Frank, I think almost... if this town weren't called Penfield, we might call it Frank, New York, I think. And rightfully so for all they have done for our community. Good to have Howard and Maud Frank with us today in our Penfield parade. Cub Scout pack number 9. He's riding along here today from Harris Hill. Cub Master Chuck Davies, the pack 80 boys strong, what you see representing the past, present, and future, we're told today. The stripes of Old Glory, standing for the 13 original states, the stars representing all 50 states. Here comes Lieutenant Colonel Slagan again. I don't know if it's just me, but he gets a little closer to that tree every time he goes by. I expect he may be landing here before long. A little bit close. Good to see you. If I got the right group, is you here the Penfield Baptist Church, obviously, with a brand new elevator down the road. The First Baptist Church of Penfield. Judy Breed riding along there, keeping things intact. and the volunteer clown group and their wagons, the kazoos, and they're going to be handing out a little candy along the way. Judy Breed and all of the good folks from the First Baptist Church of Penfield. The West Walworth Volunteer Fire Department also passing a review for us today. Good to have you as a part of our Penfield parade. And good to see them as they pass in review as well. The West Walworth Volunteer Fire Department. Philbrick, who was running for Monroe County District Attorney. He too would like to walk and salute what he hopes to be constituents. We want to welcome him for taking time out of this holiday weekend to join us in Penfield for our 4th of July celebration. Candidate for Monroe County District Attorney, very carefully placed himself as a politician in front of the young, open, and honest players. He knows what sign to have behind him in case anyone takes a picture today. The young, open, and honest players. Drama Director Pam Geraci from Penfield Recreation. Good to have you in our parade today. Gene Welch is walking as well, a candidate for Monroe County Executive this fall, and of course our former member of the U.S. Attorney's Office here, a familiar face, and as many have been reading, very active in our community, active in the church choir. We see him singing and performing as well, and we want to salute him for joining us out in Penfield today.
And I don't have to sing in the parade. How you doing? What I would say real quick. Hi, keep up. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, partner? See y'all later.
Rochester Clown Alley. Established in 1993, purpose to bring smiles to the hearts of those they meet. Bradbury Hale, running from Monroe County Legislature. We want to thank you for joining us as well. We had some others in there. We mentioned from the Democratic Party, Howard Drummond, Gene Welch, Nancy Crawford of Brighton, a candidate for the 15th County Legislative District. I'm not sure if Nancy was up there or not, but we want to acknowledge Howard, Eugene Welch, Nancy Crawford, and Nora Bradbury Hale, candidate for the 9th County Legislative District. Now we got the Rochester Clown Alley. Meeting monthly at the JCC on Edgewood Avenue. I'm out there every day, and a lot of clowns out there. A lot of clowns in Town Hall. Shame on you. You better run. You better get running right down that street. They're going to be after you. The Rochester Clown Alley. New Covenant Fellowship on 5 Mile Line Road. Passing in review now. Sharing some music and a little uplifting inspiration as well as we thank the New Covenant Fellowship for joining us today. Covenant Fellowship Church, Reverend Bill Malone. Oh, he was a golfer. Secretary will be here next. Bushnell's Basin Fire Department, Chief Tom Dawson, I think it is, who is here. The Bushnell's Basin Fire Department with Tom Dawson, founded in 1940. And again, a reminder of the spirit of cooperation in the communities here in Monroe County that help out and make the volunteer effort so successful here as we respond and help each other in times of need. The firefighters from Bushnell's Basin. Expected to take off soon, but from Remax Property Center, we want to welcome them and thank them for taking part in our parade today. Remax Property Center. And News Radio 1180 WHAM, reminding us that they not only carry the Buffalo Bills games as well, and a reminder that the single tickets for most of the season have gone on sale now, so we want to remind everyone, but if you can't get to Rich Stadium, of course you can hear the Buffalo Bills on WHAM at 1180. And of course a reminder every morning, Beth Adams and Chet Walker start your day on WHAM.
Push the kick high into the air. Taking up the 10 and burying us. Oh, Steve Tasker. Tasker hit him.
Calvary Chapel of Rochester, promoting their vacation Bible school that's now in the second year. Last year, 120 children in the area attended, and this is only their second year in the area. The Calvary Chapel, located in the plaza on Browncroft Boulevard, tucked right in the corner there as you go around the corner, so we want to make sure people know where it is. The Calvary Chapel and the Bible school between August 7th and 11th this year. And the phone number on the truck there in case you want more information was the Bible school, August 7th through 11th at the Calvary Chapel. Reminder of the Monroe County Fair coming up this year. Under the big top, the same 1995 Monroe County Fair swings from July 25th through the 30th at the fairgrounds in Henrietta. Continuous entertainment, grandstand grills, and amusements for Rochester's famous Midway, all for one low price. Don't miss the 1995 Monroe County Fair. Parties galore and more. Who's behind the wheel? We want to thank them for taking part in our parade today. Parties galore. We're going to wrap this parade up in style and bring you some music, and hope you will give a warm welcome as they precede the traditional ending of our parade, the Penfield Highway Department. Organized a number of years ago, the 1994 State Champions Music and Marching, the 1994 Northern Central Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, the Savannah Sellers Sabres. marching brass band, helping us celebrate the 4th of July in Penfield, New York. Thank you so much for all of your help. And the Penfield Highway Department reminding us today of our passing interview and reminding us all they do all year long, keeping the highways clear in the winter and keeping our town moving all through the months of the year. The Penfield Highway Department, Tom Bush and Craig Smith, and following along behind that dump truck and the little mini dump truck, Pete Heinsberger. Good to have you here and celebrating in our parade today. We want to remind you all again that all of this is heading to the Harris Women's Park. Wigman DC getting underway in a few minutes with the dinner dogs, and then 5 o'clock, 1 drop reggae, and 7 o'clock arcade. The game booths are open at the Harris Whalen Park. The Renaissance Fair will be at 3 o'clock today. Face painting and juggling at 4 and 6 o'clock. The Gymnastic Training Center exhibitions will take place. At 4 o'clock today, the official ceremonies to recognize our parade marshals, Ned Corman, and the family of Pauline Goodwin. And at 6 o'clock today, the Lions Club Bocce Court ribbon cutting, and at 7 o'clock, 25 years special recognition for Graham Daniel. And again, our thanks to the Penfield Highway Department, Pete Heinsberger, loading up the mini dump truck as they make their way to Harris Whalen Park in style. As you see on the caboose there, it is the end. And we want to thank you all for taking part in our parade today. For 1995, happy 4th of July. We'll see you again next year.
Gather around. Want to welcome you to Penfield's 4th of July activities, Independence Day activities on the 1st of July. I'm Supervisor Channing Philbrick and want to welcome you all here to this start of a great evening. Hopefully you enjoyed the parade, which just squeezed in right after the rain stopped. For those of you who were disappointed last evening on the concert that was scheduled to be here by the Penfield Community Band, Jim Dozer's group, and the hot air balloon activity, hopefully we're going to get that rescheduled later in the summer, so kind of keep an eye out on things, and we're going to try to get that rescheduled. But we do want to thank you all for coming here, and we've got a number of things that we'd like to get into. First of all is a recognition of our co-parade marshal activities here. And I'm going to ask Tony LaFountain, Councilman Tony LaFountain, to make a presentation dealing with the Polly Goodwin's family. Tony?
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon. You come join me, please? I have the honor and pleasure today to read this proclamation from Polly Goodwin. It's unfortunate that she could not be with us today. I know that she was really wanted to be with us, and she was a person that, for those of you who knew her, knew what a special person she was, and I had the pleasure of being a neighbor of hers for the last 18 years. So it's with this pleasure tonight that I have the opportunity to read this. Whereas on July 1st, 1995, the town of Penfield will be celebrating the annual Independence Day Parade, and whereas Mrs. Polly Goodwin, residing at 8 Woodside Drive, Penfield, New York, for 47 years, and whereas Mrs. Goodwin served the community of Penfield as a teacher in the Penfield School District for 21 years, and volunteered for various service clubs, including Girl Scouts, Penfield Rotary Ann, Chestnut Twig Organization, and contributed to the betterment of the community as a whole. Now therefore be it resolved that Penfield Town Board and town residents are grateful to Mrs. Goodwin for her outstanding dedication, commitment, and service to the Penfield community. Be it further resolved that the Penfield Town Board bestows the honor of parade co-marshal in memory of Mrs. Goodwin, and it's dated July 1st, 1995, signed by the supervisor and all the town board members. Accepting on behalf of this award is Mrs. Goodwin's 3 daughters.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. We wanted everyone to know that this meant a great deal to Mom, and we're very pleased for her. Thank you on behalf of our family.
Get this down to normal size, whatever normal is. Okay, thanks. The other co-parade marshal is somebody I think most of us know, but particularly special to me, Ned Corman, somebody that I've been associated with through my youngsters for a number of years, quite a few years, and has just been an outstanding person in terms of what he's contributed to the community through his music activities, and just a great guy. So I'm pleased to introduce Councilwoman Linda Cole, who's going to make the next presentation.
I have the pleasure of reading this proclamation. Whereas July 1st, 1995, the town of Penfield will be celebrating the annual Independence Day Parade, and whereas Mr. Ned Corman, 500 Panorama Trail, Rochester, New York, 14625, has been a resident of Penfield for 25 years, and whereas Mr. Corman has served the community of Penfield as a band director at the Penfield High School for 26 years, and founded the Penfield Music Commission Project, and has contributed to the betterment of the community as a whole. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Penfield Town Board and the town residents are grateful to Mr. Corman for his outstanding dedication, commitment, and service to the Penfield community. Be it further resolved that the Penfield Town Board bestows the honor of Parade Co-Marshal to Mr. Corman. This is dated July 1st, 1995, and signed by the Town Board.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Linda and Ned. Now, we'd like to do a special recognition of World War II 50th anniversary, and I know we've got some veterans around here. We've got several very special things to deal with, and we're going to start with a proclamation by Councilman Ray Santarocco. Ray?
The town board has adopted three identical proclamations. I will only read one, but they're going to be presented to the various veterans organizations in the town, and I will list them after I read the proclamation. Whereas on July 1st, 1995, the town of Penfield will be celebrating the annual Independence Day Parade and celebration. And whereas the town of Penfield is officially recognizing the 50th anniversary of the total defeat and surrender of Germany and the conclusion of armed conflict in the European theater of war, thus moving the world nearer to the close of World War II and the ushering in of the greatest era of peace the world has ever known. And whereas more than 16 million Americans served in the U.S. Armed Forces during World War II, in which more than 400,000 Americans lost their lives. And whereas men and women of the Penfield area faithfully served their country during World War II, now therefore be it resolved that the Penfield Town Board and town residents commend the veterans of America's armed forces in World War II for their courage, honor, sacrifice, and dedication to their country in the cause of justice, freedom, and democracy. And be it further resolved that the Penfield Town Board honors all those who served. This is dated July 1, 1995, and signed by all members of the Town Board. And I would like to present one of these proclamations to the American Legion Bremen Post, 1229, VFW Post 8495, and VFW Post 820.
Okay, thanks, Ray. It's really a pleasure to have with us this afternoon our representative from this area, federal representative Louise Slaughter, who's going to make a presentation to our veterans. Louise?
Thank you.
It is really important that we do celebrations for the end of the Second World War, because I think that was probably a time when more Americans knew what we were doing was the important thing to do, and that we really changed the world. I think the strength of our country has been that we've always had men and women willing to put their lives aside to fight for others. And I'm delighted this afternoon to present these 3 flags that were flown over the Capitol. First to Margaret Rehack, who's accepting for the American Legion Bremen Post 1229. To Amelia and Joe Philippone, who are accepting for VFW Post 820. And I also have a flag for Charles Gunio, VFW Post 8495. If he isn't here, we'll deliver this one to the post. Thank you for all your service.
Thank you, Representative Slaughter. We're also very pleased to have with us this afternoon our County Executive Jack Doyle, who's also going to make a presentation honoring our World War II veterans. Jack?
Thank you. I'd like to also say that this proclamation is signed by George C. Wiedemer. George, the local legislator from the Monroe County Legislature, is here with me, and also from John G. Doyle, our Monroe County legislator from the 15th District. Not related to me, but all 3 of us have signed these proclamations, and I would just read in part this proclamation. That the town of Penfield on July 1, 1995 will officially recognize the 50th anniversary of the total defeat and surrender of Germany and the conclusion of armed conflict in the European theater. More than 16 million Americans served in the United States Armed Forces during World War II, in which more than 400,000 Americans lost their lives. Men and women of the Penfield area faithfully served their country during World War II. Now, therefore, Jack Doyle, Monroe County Executive, George C. Wiedemer, Monroe County Legislator from the 9th District, and John G. Doyle, Monroe County Legislator from the 15th District, do hereby proclaim July 1, 1995 as Penfield Independence Day and recognize the veterans of America's armed forces in World War II for their courage, honor, sacrifice, and dedication to their country in the cause of justice, freedom, and democracy. We have 3 of these proclamations, and we're very, very happy to make this award at this time.
Thanks, Jack, and also thank George.